Imagine you're at a high-end tech gala. The lights are neon, the music is synthwave, and everyone is talking about the, quote, future of humanity. That's the brand Hapi Metaverse sells. But today, we're going backstage, past the VR headsets, and directly into the accounting office. What we found isn't a digital utopia. It's a crater in their pocket the size of a small island. Welcome to the HDIN Research Forensic Audit of Hapi Metaverse Inc. 2025. In the world of business, we have a term for companies that look alive but don't actually move on their own: shell entities. Think of it like a beautiful Ferrari body, but when you open the hood, there's just a guy on a bicycle pedaling furiously. With a cumulative deficit of over $21 million, Hapi isn't just pre-revenue, it's in a financial ICU, surviving on life support from its parent company. Here's the most metaverse thing you'll hear today. Hapi Metaverse made exactly $172 from tech in 2025. That's not a typo. $172. You could buy a decent pair of headphones with that. So where did the other $270,000 come from? Selling lunchboxes and catering in Taiwan. They aren't building the Matrix, they're building a cafeteria. If branding were a crime, this gap between metaverse and meatballs would be Exhibit A. How do you keep a company alive when it loses millions every year? You use the parental magic trick. Their parent company, Audit Inc., essentially looked at a $9 million debt and said, poof, it's gone. They waived it. This makes the balance sheet look cleaner, but it doesn't fix the broken business. It's like your dad paying off your credit card so you can go out and buy more stuff you can't afford. It buys time, but it doesn't buy a future. If we look at the trend lines, the bleeding has slowed down slightly, like a paper cut instead of a severed limb. They narrowed their losses to $3.5 million. But let's put that in perspective. They are losing $13 for every $1 they actually earn. In any other universe, that's not a business, that's an expensive hobby. While the name sounds global, the footprint is local. Most of the action, and the catering, happens in Taiwan and Hong Kong. They have an R&D hub in Dongguan, but right now, that hub is a cost center, not a profit engine. Geography matters because if their leases in Taiwan expire, their only real source of lunch money disappears. Let's talk about the overhead monster. Usually you spend money to make money. Here, they spend $4.60 on admin, lawyers, audits, office rent, just to make $1 in revenue. Imagine spending $46 on a taxi just to go buy a $10 sandwich. That is the structural inefficiency of being a tiny public company with massive regulatory baggage. Now let's check the pantry. Do they have enough food to last the winter? Their working capital gap is over $2 million. Even with the debt waiver, they are short on cash. When your bills are due today, and your money is coming maybe tomorrow, you are in a liquidity death spiral. They have just enough cash to keep the lights on for a few months, not to build a digital empire. If you're a retail investor thinking you have a say in this company, think again. Audit Inc. owns 99.55% of the shares. This isn't a democracy, it's a monarchy. You're not an investor, you're a passenger on a ship where the captain owns the boat, the fuel, and the ocean. If Audit decides to change course, you're just along for the ride. Physical reality is catching up. They just wrote off over $500,000 in equipment and leases. It's the accounting version of admitting, yeah, that store we opened, it's worth nothing now. They are shrinking their physical footprint in hopes of becoming a quote-quote tech play. But you can't build a cloud without a solid foundation. Here's where it gets scary. Their own auditors said their internal controls are, to put it politely, a mess. Not enough staff, not enough checks and balances. When the people checking the math say the math might be wrong, you don't just walk away, you run. They even changed auditors mid-year. In the consulting world, that's a code red. The company says 2026 will be different. AI, robotics, blockchain. It sounds like a buzzword bingo. They want to pivot to metaverse as a service. It's a bold plan, but as of right now, it's just words on a slide. Innovation requires R&D capital, and as we've seen, their capital is currently being spent on survival, not robots. This is the smoking gun. The auditors used the phrase, substantial doubt. In financial speak, that's the equivalent of a doctor telling you to get your affairs in order. It means without a miracle or more parent company bailouts, Hapi Metaverse might not exist this time next year. The risks aren't just financial, they are regulatory. Operating across Taiwan, Hong Kong, and the US means they are juggling 3 different sets of rules. One slip up with data security or currency exchange, and the whole fragile shell cracks. They are a penny stock, which means high volatility and low oversight. Our final verdict? Hapi Metaverse is a marketing masterpiece, but a financial catastrophe. It's a catering business, trying to fund a dream it can't afford. Until we see real tech revenue, not just $172, this is a high-risk speculation, not an investment. At HDIN Research, we follow the money, and right now, the money is shouting, "Warning." Thanks for watching this deep dive. If you want the full forensic report or need custom research on the East Asian tech landscape, contact us at sales@hdinresearch.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and visit www.hdinresearch.com for more institutional-grade analysis. I'm your lead analyst from HDIN. Stay sharp and watch your margins.